Hey everybody, Rob Cootie here of the MLM Solution. Today is Tuesday, January 12th, and it's currently 10:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, we go live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and today's subject is going to be this. It's podcast number 110, the pros and cons of quick success and fast cash. And I just wanted to let you guys know we're going to cover the pros and cons of that in great detail. You're going to learn information here you're not going to find anyplace else. There's a good, bad, and ugly and everything in life. And guess what? We're going to talk about those in this particular subject. With that being said, you can help our fellow network marketers find us by utilizing the hashtag TheMLM Solution. For all you on the video, I'm pointing at the ticker, hashtag TheMLM Solution. For all you on the podcast, once again, hashtag TheMLM Solution. That helps you find us on any of our social media platforms, as well as sharing that or using that to share with our fellow network marketers so they can find us, because we want them to have access to this information as well. And once again, we thank you guys so much for sharing our content with our fellow network marketers. We see that you guys are doing that. We're grateful. All right, with that being said, I'm going to hop off of here. I do not want to take up any more of your time. See you in a moment.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie.
Hello, Miss Marie. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing fine. Today is January 12th, Tuesday, for all you guys, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And here we are for another episode, number 110.
Quickly, 111, actually.
Oh.
110 was yesterday. That's
the wrong
okay.
One in there. I couldn't catch.
Typo in the ticker. That's all right.
Yeah, the daggone producer. I tell you what. That confused me. There we go. Number 111. Good catch. You know, when I said that, I thought, man, that sounds familiar.
That's almost like Groundhog's Day. Let's do episode 110 again.
Yeah,
actually,
I imagine everybody would go to YouTube channel and other places go, oh, wait a minute, and scratching their head.
Yeah, but I tell you what, episode 110, it was a pretty good one. I mean, we talked about partnership, not friendship, yesterday.
Yep.
And that was a great topic. I think we shared some really good information there that if you haven't caught that, go back and check it out. It is a good one. But today we are number 111.
That's right. We are number 111. And she's right. Yesterday was a wonder. I really enjoyed yesterday's topic. It was really good. It was valuable information, but it was appropriate. And that's what I like. I like talking about subject matter that is relevant to what makes the business go. As you and I know, we talk about all the time, we do not want to do just fluff, right? You and I want to actually talk about subject matter that people need to know about. And man, I tell you what, I just can't see how anybody could fail in this business utilizing the information that we provide. So with that being said, here's the thing. We're going to get started because we got a lot to cover in a short time frame. And the pros and cons of quick success and fast cash. There's a lot of pros and cons that goes with this. We're going to cover this as quickly as possible. Before we do, if you don't mind, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment while you're there. Hit the little bell twice so you can get notified when we go live, as well as when we upload content. We will do that on a regular basis. So you don't want to miss any of our episodes that are power-packed with great information that you're not going to get anyplace else. And if you will, share our channel with our fellow network marketers. Just hit the share button, and then you'll be able to do that. And also, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like what you hear and understand the points we're making. And you can see how those points we're making will help you be successful in this business, because that feedback allows us to know that you do, in fact, understand and enjoy and see value in the content we bring to the table. Once again, hashtag TheMLM Solution, hashtag TheMLM Solution, and our website, TheMLMsolution.net. All right, with that being said, don't forget that we have these free gifts. I'll just put it up on the screen so that you guys can see it, because you guys have heard about it. And there you go. Just go to the website. You'll see those right there. We talk about those a lot. I'm going to talk about them again at the end of the show, or Miss Marie will, one of the two. That's peanut butter and jelly. That is the 4 critical mistakes most networkers make. And on the left, my left, your right, you will see, I guess it might be your right. Anyway, the 5 simple steps to networking success. Okay. All right. Enough of that. Just wanted to throw that in there real quick, get those out of the way. And now we're going to get back to our subject matter, which is the pros and cons of quick success and fast cash. Miss Marie, you got anything to say before we get started?
Well, I just in setup for this particular episode, whenever I think and hear the phrases quick success, fast cash, it tends to be a little bit more on the spammy, scammy side of things, right? That's the way I tend to react to it. Now, there are ways within a network marketing company to experience quick success and fast cash. That is possible, but that doesn't always work for everyone. So the one thing I want to preface our conversation with, and I know we've mentioned this in previous episodes, is usually if you are in a situation where you need money now that is dependable, reliable, consistent, you need to get a job, not get into a network marketing opportunity. You need to be able to trade that time for cash. You need to go in knowing if you work 10 hours this week, you're going to get X amount of money at the end of the week in your paycheck.
That's right.
Because in the network marketing model, there is a time component. It does take some time to build your business and get a consistent source of income at a level that can be really impactful for you. So I just want to make that clear up front, because I want to make sure people aren't thinking, oh, they're going to tell us how we can, do this miracle thing or have the magic bullet or whatever it is. It's like, nope, it's the same thing we're always talking about, consistent and correct business building activities. But we do want to address this topic both from a pro side and a con side.
Yes, absolutely. Well put. And sorry for messing around with my phone. I got an important text from my brother, and I just need to let him know I'll talk to him after the show. So, and plus, as you noticed, Miss Phoebe took herself right in front of me, and you could see the tail. So I had a couple things going on. Was not ignoring you at all. Okay, so with that being said, Miss Marie did a wonderful job laying the subject matter out. I'm going to add as much detail as I can. And I want you guys to know that Miss Marie and I kind of banter back and forth. It doesn't matter who goes first in our shows. I do a lot of the talking because I love to talk for some reason. And Miss Marie's kind enough to allow me to talk. But I want you guys to know that she is very informative, very knowledgeable. There is no reason that she can't do what I do. I think she just kind of defers because she knows I enjoy talking. And that we both have an equal amount of passion for this industry. It's just that I'm a little more verbal about it. So I
think you have some better stories than I do, quite honestly.
Yeah, really? Wow.
I have this bad habit of, once I'm not in a position or a job or a career path or whatever, once I'm not in that line of work so much anymore, those brain cells kind of get shut off because I need them for other things. I've got too many other things going on. You have a great memory. You remember all the good stories and you can do the name dropping and all that kind of stuff. But every once in a while it registers with me. But you definitely have better stories.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I never thought of it that way. I assumed everybody kind of had the same stories. I mean, I knew that you didn't meet the same people I did. But Miss Marie, the bigger you get, the more you travel, the more people you meet, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's just the way it was. And so I think, not saying that you didn't have the success I did. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that with some companies, they'll say, Rob, will you come speak? Rob, will you go here? Rob, will you go there? And so, it's just something that naturally unfolds. And then, I got to be friends with a lot of those guys and I hung out with them. on a personal basis. Was not in their downline at that time. So, because we talked about that yesterday, and I wanted to clarify, I was not in their downlines when we were hanging around as friends. So, all right, with that being said, today's subject does piggyback off of yesterday's, which was partnership, not friendship. If you had not listened to that podcast live, or you haven't done the replay yet, please go to any of our podcasts or our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. You will find those episodes on there, and it is number 110. Okay, and that is partnership, not friendship. You'll understand why we did that show yesterday. You'll understand the importance and how it correlates to what we're going to be talking about today in number 111. All right, so the pros and cons of quick success and fast cash. Let's talk about the pros right away. Now, Miss Marie just talked about a very important subject. If you're hard up for cash and you need to make money fast, Miss Marie and I would not look you in the face and lie to you. We would say, maybe you need to get a job. Okay, you'll be like, oh my gosh, that's the last thing I want. I love this business model. I can see, because here's the thing. When you need money desperately, you think things are better off than what they really are. In other words, you think, oh, I can do this. I'm really good at this. I'm great with people. And man, you have 1,001 reasons why you're going to be great at this and how the money's going to flow. Okay. On the other hand, Miss Marie and I may be standing back looking at you, not getting off subject here, and say, yeah, they've got some potential, they've got some talent, but they don't understand the learning curve. They don't understand how the money works, because you do the work, guys, in January to get paid your first check in February. Okay, so you're going to go the whole month of January in most comp plans and not get paid for it. All right, Miss Marie?
Well, oftentimes that is the case, absolutely. And the other thing I would say too is, we're not saying don't do the network marketing aspect. Get the job, focus on the network marketing business in your spare time, the extra time. Put that on top of what you're doing with a secure income if
That's
you're
right.
in need of cash now.
There it is. Yeah, there's that commercial. You need cash now? AG Wentworth. All right, so yes, it is a delicate, almost a per person basis. In other words, every person's going to have a different circumstance. You hope and pray that you have someone like Marie and I, who are veterans of this industry, who love people, who will not lie to people, will evaluate your situation in an honest manner and look at the facts and say either yay or nay, or, hey, I recommend you do the following. Miss Marie and I would never put you in a situation where you're going to be stressed out, putting your life in danger by falling asleep at the wheel, trying to work 2 jobs and network marketing at the same time. Guys, it's just not the way to go about doing this business. There is a saying, where there's a will, there's a way. But look, life gets in the way sometimes. Life says, you know what? Yeah, there's a will and there is a way, but that way is this small, not this big. And your chances of success at this moment is this and not this. So, hey, let's scale back. Let's not kill ourselves. Let's wait until the opportunity goes from that to that. Okay, and I'm talking about the timing aspect. In other words, if you're working 2 jobs and you want to do network marketing, the timing is not right to put in 8 hours a day into network marketing. You got to be the most proficient you can be for the 1 hour that you have, or maybe the hour and a half, right, Miss Marie?
Yep.
So, okay, so that leads us to the pros of quick success and fast cash. And you say, well, you're just talking about how difficult it could be and this and that. That's right. Doesn't mean that you can't be successful. What we're saying is Miss Marie and I could never look you in the eye and say, you can become totally independent of a job within 90 days. Or we could not look you in the eye and say, there's no way you can leave your job in the first 90 days. It's a person by person basis. Some people will build an incredible foundation and make $1,500, $2,500. I've seen people make $10,000 in their 3rd month. I've seen people make almost that in their second. No, I've seen people make $25,000 in their 2nd month. So I've seen people make the big money. I've seen people make $20,000 a week. I've seen the checks. I've hung out with them. I was friends with them. Okay. I can't remember their names to this day. and believe it or not, 2 of these people were women. Great success stories. Okay.
Well, and here's the tricky bit that I want to point out here as we get into this, and this is kind of on the pro side of quick success and fast cash too, is the fact that you can have people come in and they can have relatively fast success. Like it just falls into place for them. They're talking to the right people. The right people are coming on board and partnering up right away. And that gives them that boost right off the bat. And that's a huge motivator. But on the flip side of the coin, and Rob, I'm sure you've either experienced this yourself or you've seen other people do it. You think you're going into an opportunity with like a list of people in your mind that are like, oh my gosh, I'm going to introduce them to this particular opportunity. They're going to kill it. They're going to see it right off the bat. And you get in and you start talking to the people, and all you run into is a string of no's from all the people that you thought were the for sure's. So all of a sudden, that opportunity for the quick success, fast cash is kind of out the door because nobody's biting at that moment. It's going to take a bit more time than you originally thought to get it going.
That's right. And on top of that, Miss Marie, the more desperate you are to make money, the least chance you're going to have of making quick cash or fast cash in this business. It just seems like it's a polar opposite in most cases, not in every case. If the more you need the money, the greater chance for failure, let me put it to that way, is. And when that failure comes, it's heartbreaking. And you get mad at the industry, you get mad at other people, because you're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole at this particular point. Okay, but we're supposed to be talking about the pros of the quick success and fast cash. So let's stick with that real quick so we can get back on track here. The thing is that, yes, you can. As I said, I've seen people make $25,000 in their second month. I've seen people make $10,000 starting in their third month. They would make $10,000 a month for their third month, fourth month, fifth month, and in the business. I mean, then it would be 12, $14,000, $15,000. Guys, it's possible. It's very possible. If you use our threshold of profitability, 100 PV, you generate that 10,000 group volume. More times than not, in the right company, you are going to be in a situation where you're going to make anywhere from $2,500 to $3,500. You could make up to $5,000 a month with bonuses. Okay, if you're doing 10,000 group volume, okay, that is very achievable in our business system. Okay, now the reason I tell you that is because our system gives you a chance for quick success. It may give you a chance for fast cash, and when I'm talking fast cash, I'm talking really good money. I'm not talking $1,000 a month. I'm talking about $3,000 a month or more. Okay. Why? Because I know from past experience, the 10,000 group volume that we teach you to create in your first 90 days gives you a legitimate shot at $2,500, $3,000, maybe $3,500 a month without bonuses. Okay. So we can confidently say, hey, if you follow our system, your chances are you'll be able to have a legitimate chance of having a really wonderful experience by your third month. We would never look in the eye and say your first month and second month, you're going to make X amount. Okay, your first month, you may not even make a check. If you do make a check, it may be less than $100, okay? But the thing is, we can teach you how to get a check in your first month, okay? And we don't know what it's going to be. There's too much variables to sit there and tell you, yes, this is what you'll get in your first month. Anybody tells you that, chances are they're full of crap. Now, with that being said, what Ms. Marie and I can tell you, okay, if you do the 5 simple steps, you do them consistently over the next 90 days, and you create that 10,000 group volume, I know I can look at that comp plan, and that's what you're going to get. We can confidently tell you that, okay? And all that's left is for you to apply the hours and the time and the work ethic. That's it. All right, so the chances for quick success and fast cash with our system is very, very real. Here's the thing. When you do that, there's a lot of things that happen to people. Miss Marie, I've seen people change. It's sad. It's exciting, but it's sad too. Some people get a big head, Miss Marie. They think they're the hot shot, and what they're doing is setting themselves up for failure over the next 3 to 4 months. After the first initial 3 to 4 months in the business, they kind of hit it big. They're making money they've never made before. They're excited. They're bouncing around. People are starting to clamor to them because they say, hey, you know what? Marie really knows what she's doing. And so Miss Marie becomes a mini rock star. And Miss Marie enjoys that. And Miss Marie's ego starts getting bigger. She starts to get a big head. She thinks she's really something. And you're setting yourself up for a big failure. Why? Because what got you there, you're taking your eyes off of it. You're enjoying the fame. You're enjoying, Miss Marie, most of the people that the big shots, if you want to use that term, almost every one of them, matter of fact, were very humble, very down to earth. You and I always talk about the quality of people that we run into in network marketing. I can honestly and truly tell you that all the people that I have been around, and I mean that sincerely, I can't think of one of them that was, well, no, I do. I know one. I'm not going to say his name because he was very famous. I don't even know if he's alive anymore, but I'm not going to say anything. He was definitely not a pleasant person to be around. Okay. He had an ego. Okay. And there was a lot of bad things that happened later on in his career, personal and otherwise, because of that attitude. So the point is, it came back and bit him in the butt. He ended up losing a lot of his life. He got away with it for a while, Miss Marie, but it catches up with you, especially in this business. Now you say, why do you say that, Rob? Because this person went in the first 2 years and became a diamond in this company. They were making big money. Okay. They had a wonderful lifestyle. Okay. But he got so big that he thought he really didn't stink, and he started treating people the wrong way. What do you think that did to people? It pushed him away. All that work that he put in, all of that success that he achieved, he didn't see it, Miss Marie. He did not see it. He thought that he was so good. He thought that he had accomplished so much that people would put up with his attitude and his words, and despite the fact that he was being that way. Well, he found out that wasn't the case. There were some people that did for a little bit, but they had a bowling point, Miss Marie. And when they got to the bowling point, they said, "Oh, you know what? I'll go to somebody. No, I'm out of here." Some people, like you and I, be like, "Oh no, hell no! I'm a professional. I don't need to put this shit. I can build this business on my own. I don't need you, and I don't need your attitude." So you get the point. He started pushing away really high quality people, and you know what happens? You make 95% of your income off of what, 3 to 5 legs. So if you push out 3 of those really important legs, guess what? You're 95% of your income is taking a major hit. Now you're down to 45% instead of 95. And that can really hurt.
And that comment right there is one of the things that almost makes quick success and fast cash just a short-term and low-level type of achievement in the network marketing industry. The majority of your success, especially if you're looking for a long-term source of income, is building those 3 to 5 legs. So you have to find those business partners. You have to get them trained up in the system. You have to get them duplicating the consistent and correct business activities that you're doing. And so they start building, because that's what pushes up your success, right? And that doesn't happen quickly. You have to go through a whole lot of people before those true leaders really start, bringing themselves forward, showing who they are, and building their business strong.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Very, very good point. Okay, so those, the pros is that you can, with our business building system, without any doubt, have quick success and fast cash. What you don't want to do, and it is a con, I kind of jumped it a little bit, is get the big head, the big ego when you do. Okay, I brought up the word humble. I guarantee almost all the people that I have dealt with outside of that one individual, they were very humble people, and they remained humble. And Miss Marie, they had long-term, high-producing businesses that they could live off of for a long time. They treated people the right way. The one person, and these things happen. There are certain people, because you can't always say 100% of the time, I just don't know many things in life outside of the sun coming up and going down, outside of death and taxes, that things are 100%. Okay. And the bottom line is, life just doesn't work that way. So what I'm saying is, we talk about Richard Call all the time. Well, I've told you the stories about Richard Call, how abrupt he was, how aggressive he was. Guys, you cannot use that as an example. If you're one of our long-term listeners and you're saying to yourself, "Hey, Rob, I remember when you were talking about Richard Call and how he acted towards people and stuff." And you know what, guys, you're absolutely right. But some people can pull that off. Look at Richard Branson. Most of your successful people wear suits and ties and very high class, suits. And I don't mean high class, but I mean very high in material, quality materials. What I look for, and most people wear three-piece suits, Miss Marie. There is an authority type thing that comes with wearing a three-piece suit. Richard Branson's like, oh hell no, no, I'm wearing my sandals. I'm growing my hair the way I want. I'm going to wear a shirt, and that's it, and he wears shorts most of the time. And he's able to pull that off. Not many people can do that. Okay. And he will go into a boardroom dressed like that. And people still take him serious. They don't look down on him. If I was to go in there looking like that, Miss Marie, I'm not sure people would have a very high opinion of me. He'd be like, what in the hell is this clown doing? All right. Especially when you're in a room full of suits. So here's the thing. You got to get past that Richard Call example. I just wanted to clarify that because he's one of those people. He's a Richard Branson. He was able to do that. I don't know if it's because it was the times, which was the 80s. People were more receptive to that type of thing. People were a little more forgiving back in those days, whatever. And the bottom line is he was able to pull that off. We cannot do that. I know that I cannot do that. I've witnessed people that try to do that. It does not work. Okay. It'll work short term, but you're not going to attract high quality people because people that are high quality, that are already in a stressful job and already put up with a boss that's giving them a hard time and puts a lot of stress on them, they're not willing in a part-time business to put up with more stress and put up with another knucklehead, right, Miss Marie?
Yeah. Well, and there's a difference between being aggressive and abrupt versus being rude and condescending, right? There's definitely a difference there as well. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's okay. So the pros of being successful quickly is that you have a chance to really do something special. If you get off to that quick a start in your first 90 days, you set a wonderful foundation and you actually achieve the 10,000 group volume, you should be jumping up and down. You should be celebrating it by going to a nice dinner, maybe go to a 3-day weekend with your spouse, get away, celebrate it a little bit. You're on a roll. Remain humble. Take that momentum and ride it hard. Go to phase 3, okay, which is the second 90-day mini blast if you so choose. You determine that. But the point is, if you got your first 90 days, which includes the identify and work with your leaders in the phase 2 process, guess what? You're on a roll. You got a lot of pros going on here. You got things off on the right start. You're remaining humble. You're keeping focused on the hard work that got you there. You're continuing that hard work. You know the steps. You're doing the CC, BBA. Guys, those are all signs of positive steps. And those positive steps will lead to great success, okay? And that's what we're talking about. This success can come within 3 to 6 months if you do things right. You get the right company at the right time. There's so many dynamics that have to come together to cause that synergy in order for this to happen, okay? Now, sometimes it will take a little bit longer. Miss Marie and I are giving you a lot of perfect scenarios. You do state a phase 1 and then you follow it up with a phase 2. It should take you a total of 6 months. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes it'll be 7 months, okay? Okay, and you're identifying and working with your leaders, Miss Marie. If we've never clarified it before, I want to do it now. Guys, it's not going to be exactly 90 days. Sometimes you'll have 3 or 4 leaders in your phase 2 process that'll identify themselves, and they'll be doing massive activity, and you're working your tail end off trying to keep up with those 3 to 4 leaders. And then all of a sudden, as that starts to cool down a little bit, you'll have 4 or 5 other leaders starting to pick up. Guys, it could take you past a 90-day period. It could take you into 120, 160-day period. So I wanted to clarify that, okay, because it's not etched in stone, right, Miss Marie? As far as phase 2. Phase 2 could last you 3 to 5 months.
Well, and it's a fluid process, right?
It's a fluid, that's right.
What your goals are, who you're working with, how you're doing the training and duplication, all those things. So yes, we like to talk in those 90-day segments because that's easy to wrap your brain around, yes. But don't get locked into those time frames necessarily.
Right. Now the 90-day mini blast is a 90-day mini blast, but it could be 92, it could be 94, it could be 85. That is a 90-day. You got to stick with that. But after that, the phase 2, identifying and working with the leaders, that could take you 3 to 5 months. Okay, because once you got those leaders on a roll, you don't walk away from them. Okay, you don't say, okay, 3 months are up, got to go, guys. Okay, no. If it takes you another couple of months to get because a third will do it now, a third will do it later, a third will never do it. That's going to happen in that identifying, working with those leaders phase 2 process. But it may take you 3 to 5 months to get everybody up to speed. If they start identifying themselves in the back office with volume and pin rank advancement, you've got to work with those people. All right, so enough of that. The point is, in 3 to 6 months, you could have a lot of quick success. If you do the 10,000 group volume, I'm telling you, you're going to have quick success. And you're going to say, well, man, I sure would like to do it in 90 days. Guys, get away from that 90 days. Do your 90-day minute blast. Let the chips fall where they may. Focus on getting to phase 2 as quickly as possible. And you do that by doing your 90-day mini blast. This quick success will follow the phase 2 process. Okay, you're always laying the foundation in the phase 1 process, your mini blast. Okay, that's where you're creating the speed and urgency. The phase 2 process it takes your business and starts to raise it up. That's where the quick success can really start to happen, where your own pin rank starts to go up and where you start having a lot of other pin rank advancement, which is important to your success as well. You want to have as many pin levels as you can down in your business downline. And you may say, well, why is that, Rob? Because pin level does what? Identifies leaders. People are moving forward. People are creating volume. They don't get promoted to the next pin level unless they're doing, usually, Miss Marie, 2 things, volume and leaders. You have to break leaders and create a certain amount of volume, right? For pin rank advancement.
Yep.
Okay.
That is true.
All right. So that tells you is Miss Marie, she has this organization that has 500-600 people in it. Okay. That tells Miss Marie right away that she's got a really good, solid business that's going places. She's going to have quick success. Okay. And she's going to have fast cash. And that fast cash, she's going to be able to really kind of gauge what it is because she's using the 10,000 group volume as a barometer. It gives her a spot on the comp plan to look at. And she can say, okay, if I do 8,000 group volume on there, and if I do 12,000 group volume on there, she can start to judge where she's going to be and how much she's going to make, okay, over the next 3 to 4 or 5 months. That's exciting to her, okay? All right, so the pros are if you do the 5 simple steps to success, you use the threshold of profitability, and you create that 10,000 group volume, you have a legitimate chance of quick success and fast cash. Don't lose your head. Don't get an ego. Keep your nose to the grinding stone. Do the things you're supposed to because you're halfway home. Look, there's only 4 phases in the business building process. You have completed 2 of them. You're halfway home. That means you have a legitimate chance to really do something special. Guys, there could be a chance. Got a cat getting in a box. I got a moving box over there. And I don't know if you can hear her, but she's in the box. She loves boxes. Anyway, that's got to excite you because, look, there's a legitimate chance if you're the right company at the right time, you can make $1 million a year. Okay? If you have a new company and it's growing in the 3 to 5 year period, Luke's getting up like, what the hell's going on?
The cat fell out of the box.
That's right. She did. She didn't scream, so she's all right. All right. So anyway, the thing is that you have a legitimate chance where you could set yourself up based on the company, based on the timing, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? To make $1 million a year. That's what you legitimately have a chance of doing, okay? Especially if that company, when you join it, hasn't expanded into other countries right away. The more countries they expand into, and the further you can get out in front of that, you have a legitimate chance, do you not, Miss Marie, to make that kind of money?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and the more success you have, the more you can promote it and market it to people overseas. Hey, this is Marie. I've achieved, I'm with company so-and-so. I've only been with the company 18 months. At this pin rank advancement, I'm making this much per month. Because what does that tell those people? She knows what she's doing. She got there. She fast-tracked it. She knows what she's doing. They're like, that's what I want. Teach me how to do it. Okay? And if they're going in the Philippines, she'll be able to sponsor people in the Philippines because she has a story to tell. And she has living proof of that story. Once again, creating quick success and fast cash, not just for herself, because she's already done it. What's she doing? She's doing it for those people in the Philippines and in Japan. Okay? because they're going to say, how did you do it in 18 months? How did you make that kind of money in 18 months? How did you reach that pendulum rank advanced level in 18 months? And she's going to say, this is what I did. And I was on a fast track. That's what I want. Okay, guys, success breeds success. Okay, that's the power of quick success and fast cash. All right, the fast cash can change your life. If Miss Marie is buried under a lot of debt and she's able to do this business, she says, I'm going to do exactly what I've been told. I'm going to do 10,000 group volume as quickly as I can, blah, 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 blah. And she starts getting this money. It could change her life. She could pay off a lot of debt, student loan, whatever. That can change her life. That is an absolute success. All right. Now, the cons. Unfortunately, a lot of times people that make this kind of money and have this kind of success and get this kind of fame, it goes to their head. It really does. And even if they don't have an ego, even though they don't have an ego. Oh, yeah.
Let go my ego.
That's right. I can't believe I said that. I don't know where that comes from. I've never eaten egos. I have nothing against them, but I never eat them. All right. Ego. All right. And even if they don't have an ego, guess what? They're going to be a little bit proud. They're going to kind of strut around like a peacock. I totally get that. But here's the thing. If people have never made that kind of money before, they don't handle it very well, Miss Marie. They start going out and buying all these clothes. They think, now I can afford all this stuff I've always wanted. And the next thing you know, instead of paying off their debt, they're buying all these clothes. They're buying a new car. They're doing all these things. Guys, we're not your mom and dad. We're not your how would you say, guardian. It's not our job to tell you what to do with your money. But here's the thing. There's story after story after story, sad stories about people doing exactly that. And all of a sudden the network marketing company's gone and bam. Or all of a sudden they end up in a divorce and the spouse is getting half of that. Bam. Okay. Now they're in worse shape than they were when they joined the network marketing company. Miss Marie, I don't know if you ever experienced it. Had people come up and say, I got to make money. I got to make it now. Can you help me make that happen? I never made a promise. Said, well, you know what? I'm not going to promise you can do that. But if you want to do this business, I'll do it. But you shouldn't do it under duress. How many hours you work, do the old questionnaire thing. And then I would give them a recommendation. Sometimes I said, okay. Sometimes I said it didn't. But even if I said, okay, I said, here's the stipulations. The only way we're going to be able to make this work because you're in a tough spot, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing, Miss Marie, if they started having success and they started spending their money and they were not paying off the bills, and if they decided to quit one day, or if they got a divorce, whatever, or if they got hurt and ended up in the hospital, Miss Marie, they were in worse shape than they were when they came in because they wouldn't listen. They had never had that kind of money, and they just went hog wild.
Yeah. Well, and it's a similar mindset and what you see happen with lottery winners, right? It's all of a sudden there's this big windfall of cash. They're not used to having it. They're not sure how to manage it and those types of things. So that does happen. I think the biggest con, though, when it comes to the, quick success and fast cash is the people who come into network marketing. Maybe it's their first try or they've tried once and now they've kind of got the idea of what goes on, is they start experiencing some fast success right up front with the recruiting, signing up business partners. And they realize, hey, you get a pretty good pay bump when you sign up somebody new. A lot of companies will create bonus structures based on if you sign up X number of partners in a period of time, usually within a month, right? So people will turn into recruiting machines rather than business building machines. And what they end up doing is they bring in a bunch of new partners, but they're on to recruiting the next one. They're not training them. They're not duplicating their process. Well, thank God, because it's not a good process. And they're just going on and they're basically leaving a wake behind them of people that have come into a network marketing company, don't know what to do next, don't understand how the business works. They're not getting any training from their upline, that person who has brought them into the company, because they're on recruiting the next person. Yeah. So that causes issues in terms of kind of that devastation you leave behind with all the people that you've brought in that are just going to be frustrated and go away. So they're not going to stick. They're not going to be on auto ship. They're not going to kind of create that consistent form or level of volume that we're looking for and advocating. And the person is just off recruiting, bringing more people in. Well, eventually that kind of peters out and wears down. Well, what happens then? They have a bunch of people that they recruited. Maybe some of them have stuck and actually figured out the business and are driving some volume and some success. But based on the organization and the success that could have been built had it done correctly, rather than focusing on the fast money, is a huge difference. And I want to say that I've seen that more often happen than the people who make a bunch of money and then just go kind of like hog wild and have issues with it. So
yeah. I've seen both too, and I totally get it. Good points, great points. It's a guy, I told you a story about a guy that made $25,000. I don't know if it's for you new people, you don't know it, obviously. And maybe the people that do listen to us maybe don't remember. But that guy that made $25,000 in his second month, and Miss Marie, he pretty much went on a month vacation, and he came back to no business at all. He was thinking that, well, if I can do it, my downline can do it. And, he quote unquote showed them how to do it, but he wasn't there to help them. He wasn't there as the figurehead. He wasn't there as an active part of their winning strategy. And he just freaking walked away. There are people that say, okay, you know what? I signed Miss Marie up in January. I trained her in January. I showed her how to do this. I helped her a couple times, and now I'm done. I haven't talked to Miss Marie in 4 or 5 weeks. Okay, not even so much as an email or a text. Okay, and Miss Marie's like, you know what? I'm doing okay, but I'm stuck. Miss Marie, how many times have you seen people that sign up 3 or 4 people and they're excited and they never hear from Marie, and they're desperately trying to get a hold of you because they're like, Miss Marie, what do I do? I don't remember. What do I do here? And of course, that's the power of our members area. You can go there and get the training with a video. And even if Miss Marie passes away, you still have direction. You have correct direction in our members area. How valuable is that? But the point is, Miss Marie, I know you, because we talked about it, you've had and seen many stories where people were left like a fish out of water, just sitting there flapping, trying to figure out how in the world am I going to make this business go? And they signed up 3 or 4 people, but yet never heard from anybody on what to do next. Guys, that is where your leader has quick success and they disappear. And like Miss Marie said, one of the byproducts of somebody being a great recruiter is just that, right, Miss Marie? They recruit you pretty much, say, well, this is what you do to learn the business, and then within an hour, they're done with you, and then you never hear from them again.
Oh. Well, and that's one of the reasons we focus on the 5 simple steps to building your business. We are very much about you getting your first check, helping your business partners get their first check. Right. And we always talk about speed and urgency, because you want to start experiencing success and you want to start that income coming in as quickly as possible. Yeah, right. And that's what this whole podcast and really everything we provide is designed to bring you, is that instruction and kind of that path to follow in order to accomplish that.
That's right.
So again, things you're not going to hear necessarily anywhere else. We want to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly sides of network marketing because it's out there. But overall, you're not going to find a better business model for the average person to experience an increased income, more time freedom, and the lifestyle that they're after, right?
That's right.
As always, please like, comment, and share across our social media platforms. Hashtag TheMLM Solution will help you find us. Also, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, register for notifications, click on that little bell twice. You'll know when we've uploaded new content. You'll be able to join us live and give us a thumbs up. If you like what you hear, understand the points we're making. We love the interaction. We love the feedback. Mm-hmm. And of course, as far as feedback goes, on themlmsolution.net, you can tack a /survey onto that website, and that will take you to our feedback form. Let us know, is there something else we can help you with? Was there a point we made that we didn't go deep enough on that's not clear to you? Mm-hmm. We get a lot of ideas for some of our episodes from our listeners and our viewers. So feel free to reach out and let us know.
And tomorrow's subject, prospecting and recruiting. Excuse me, how different are they? Well, they are different, vastly different. If you don't know what we're talking about, you certainly want to know. There are different phases that you're going through, and there's a vast difference between prospecting and recruiting. Once you understand the differences and you understand that one leads to the other, but yet they work seamlessly, but each one is handled differently. That's the reason why we address those in a separate context, is because of the fact that each one of those requires certain skills. Each one of those requires certain words to be used, certain approaches, and if you want to be successful, okay, and you have to recognize them for what they are. There is a prospecting process, believe it or not, and it's different than the recruiting process. You'll learn what we mean by that tomorrow, where you can become an expert recruiter, and you become an expert recruiter. Be honest with you, that's golden. That's one of the great talents you can have in this business. If you can recruit people, woohoo, boy, without lying to people and using emotions to get them to sign up. And of course, people make irrational decisions with emotions. We get excited about buying a car. We get excited about this or that, don't we, Miss Marie? And a lot of times we make impulse decisions because we're really excited. Man, that's a pretty car. Man, that sure is nice. Man, that's a great price on that car. Man, they're really giving me a deal on the car. All this positive momentum's building up. Next thing you know, you bought a car. You talked yourself into it. If the salesman's they do. I smell the salesman.
Driven by that new car smell, it's a smellsman.
That's right. If the salesman's smart, they'll sit back and just let you sell the car to yourself. So anyway, what you want, Lukey Duke?
Yep. So that'll be a great topic. So be sure to join us 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And we'll be talking about prospecting versus recruiting. How different are they? That's right.
With that being said, guys, we're going to hop off of here. Luke is licking my ankles, meaning he's got to go potty. So with that being said, before he pees on my leg, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. God bless. Take care. We shall see you tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to the MLM Solution Podcast. For more info, visit our website, TheMLM-solution.net. Please follow us on the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, etc. And share this podcast with our fellow network marketers around the world by hitting the share button on our various platforms.